Hello and welcome to Innovative Learning Process. Now we'll take Union Budget 2025-26. Union Budget. Union Budget was presented on 1 February 2025. This is the 8th budget of Finance Minister. It continues the government effort to accelerate growth, inclusive development, invigorate private sector investment, enhance spending power of rising middle class. These are the government efforts to accelerate growth, inclusive development, invigorate private sector investment, enhance spending power of rising middle class. Budget theme. Telugu poet Gurajada Apparao. Telugu poet Gurajada Apparao said, "A country is not just its soil, a country is its people. A country is not just its soil, a country is its people." With this theme, to realize Sabka Vikas, stimulating balanced growth of all regions, and second, to make India as a Vikasit Bharat. It encompasses zero poverty. Viksit Bharat has been defined as zero poverty, 100% good quality school education, affordable health care, skilled labor with meaningful employment, zero poverty, 100% good quality school education, affordable health care, skilled labor with meaningful employment. %70 women in economic activities, farmers making our country the food basket of the world. 70% women in economic activities, farmers making our country the food basket of the world. These are the targets for Viksit Bharat. Next, 10 broad development areas focusing on Garib, youth, Annadata, Nari. Focusing on development areas, 10 broad development areas focusing on Garib, youth, Annadata, Nari. Number 1, spurring agriculture growth and productivity, building rural prosperity and resilience, rural prosperity and resilience, taking everyone together on an inclusive growth path, boosting manufacturing and furthering Make in India, supporting MSMEs, supporting MSMEs, enabling employment led development, employment led development. 7. Investing in people, economy, innovation. 8. Securing energy supplies, securing energy supplies. 9. Promoting exports. 10. Nurturing innovation, nurturing innovation. For this journey of development, four powerful engines. 1. Agriculture, MSME, invest and export. Agriculture, MSME, investment, export. Second, the fuel, our reforms. Third, our guiding spirit, inclusivity. Fourth, destination, Viksit Bharat. These are the four powerful engines for the journey of the development. Number 1, agriculture, MSME, investment, export. Second, the fuel, our reforms. Third, our guiding spirit, inclusivity. Fourth, destination, Viksit Bharat. Budget aims to initiate transformative reforms across 6 domains. First, taxation reforms, power sector reform, urban development, mining reform, financial sector reform, regulatory reforms. Taxation reform, power sector, urban development, mining, financial sector, regulatory reforms. These are the reforms. These are the reforms that is called transformative reforms, which is aimed through this budget. Highlights of the budget: expenditure 25-26, expenditure ₹50,65,345 crore, 5065 345 crore, 5065 345 crore. This is expenditure. This expenditure is increased by 7.54% of 24-25. This is showing the increase of 7.4% since 2024-25. Expenditure 5065 345 crore. Interest payments 25.2% accounts for total expenditure. 25.2% interest payment accounts for the total expenditure. Receipts other than borrowing, receipts other than borrowing in 34 lakh 96,409 crore. 3496,409 crore. 3496,409 crore. This is the receipt other than borrowing. This is showing the increase of 11.1% since 2024-25. Increase by 11.1% receipts. GDP, estimated nominal GDP growth rate 10.1%. Estimated nominal GDP growth rate 10.1% in 2025-26. Deficits, revenue deficit is targeted at 1.5% of GDP 25-26. Revenue deficit is targeted at 1.5% of GDP 25-26. Effective revenue deficit 0.3%. Effective revenue deficit 0.3%. 24-25 effective revenue deficit was 1. Effective revenue deficit 0.3%. Revenue deficit is targeted at 1.5% of GDP in 25-26. 24-25 it was 1.9% revenue deficit. Effective revenue deficit 0.3%. Effective revenue deficit, that is revenue deficit minus grants for capital asset creation. Effective revenue deficit was introduced in 2011 and 12. It means that revenue deficit minus grants for capital asset creation, that is effective revenue deficit, and this is 0.3%. Fiscal deficit 4.4% targeted. 25-26 4.4% targeted. 24-25 it was 4.8%. 24-25 it was fiscal deficit 4.8%. 25-26 it is targeted to reduce 4.4% of GDP fiscal deficit. Primary deficit 0.8%. Primary deficit 0.8%. Primary deficit is fiscal deficit minus interest payment. Fiscal deficit minus interest payment, that is primary deficit. It is 0.8%. Next is rupee comes from. Rupee comes from. First one, 24% borrowing and other liabilities. Borrowing and other liabilities, this is 24%. Rupee comes from. borrowing and other liabilities 24%, income tax 22%, income tax 22%, GST and other taxes 18%, GST and other taxes 18%. Rupee comes from corporation tax 17%, corporation tax 17%, non-tax receipt 9%, non-tax receipt 9%, union excise duties 5%, union excise duties 5%, customs 4%, customs 4%. So, the major chunk of the rupee comes from is borrowing and other liabilities 24%. Next is income tax, that is 22%. Next is GST, that is 18%. Next one corporation tax, that is 17%. Next part is that rupees goes to, rupee goes to major chunk. Number 1, states share of taxes and duties, states share of taxes and duties, it is 22%, rupee goes to. Interest payment 20%, state share and taxes and duties 22%, interest payment 20%, central sector schemes 16%, central sector scheme 16%, excluding defense and subsidy. Central sector scheme 16%, centrally sponsored schemes 8%, rupee goes to. Centrally sponsored scheme 8%, defense 8%, defense 8%, finance commission and other transfers 8%, finance commission and other transfers 8%, other expenditure 8%, subsidy 6%, and next one is pension 4%, pension 4%. In this way, rupee goes to major chunk, states share of taxes and duties 22%, interest payment 20%, central sector schemes 16%, centrally sponsored schemes 8%, defense 8%, finance commission and other transfers 8%, other expenditure 8%, subsidy 6%, and pension 4%. This is the division of the rupee goes to. Budget details 25-26. Total receipts 50,65,345 crore, 50,65,345 crore. This is total receipt. In this receipt, revenue receipt 68% nearly. Revenue receipt is nearly 68%. 67.53%, nearly revenue receipt is 68%, and capital receipt is 32.47 or approximately 32%. Capital receipt approximately 32%, revenue receipt 68%. Under revenue receipt, two types of receipt: tax revenue, non-tax revenue. Tax revenue approximately 83%, tax revenue, non-tax revenue approximately 17%. Tax revenues 83%, non-tax revenue nearly 17%. Next is total expenditure. This is the second part of the budget, total expenditure. Total receipt is 50,65,345 crore. Same amount, total expenditure 50,65,345 crore. This is expenditures. Expenditure on revenue account almost 78%. Revenue account expenditure approximately 78%. Capital account expenditure approximately 22%. 22%. In revenue account, interest payment 32%. In revenue account, one component is interest payment, that is 32%. Debt. Central government aims to reduce outstanding liabilities to around 50 plus minus 1% of GDP by 2031. Debt. Central government aims to reduce outstanding liabilities to around 50 plus minus 1%, 50% plus minus 1% of GDP by 2031. Twenty 26, 56.1% of GDP is the outstanding liabilities. 25-26 outstanding liabilities 56.1% of GDP. Gross tax revenue is budgeted to increase by 10.8%. 25-26 gross tax revenue is budgeted to increase by 10.8%. 25-26 devolution to states from centers tax revenue with an increase of 10.5%. Devolution to states from centers tax revenue with an increase 10.5%. Net tax revenue excluding states share in taxes is 11% higher. Excluding states share in taxes is 11% higher. Net tax revenue. Net tax revenue excluding states share in taxes, net tax revenue is 11% higher. Non-tax revenue consists of non-tax revenue, interest receipts on loans given by center, dividends, license fees, tolls, charges for government services. These are the sources of non-tax revenue. Interest receipts on loans given by center, dividends, license fees, tolls, charges for government services. These are the non-tax revenue components. Capital receipts excluding borrowing. Targeted capital receipts excluding borrowing. Targeted 76,000 crore. 76,000 crore. Capital receipt is target. Indirect taxes 14% of 14% indirect taxes, 14% GST, 86% SGST. Indirect taxes 14% GST and 86% state GST. Corporation tax by 10.4% increase in 25-26. Corporation tax showing the increment by 10.4%. GDP growth estimate. Nominal GDP is to grow at a rate of 10.1% 25-26. Nominal GDP is to grow at a rate of 10.1% 25-26. Expenditure by ministries. Expenditure by ministries. Ministry of Defence 6.8 lakh crore. This is the top ministry to receive highest expenditure. This is 13.4% of total budget expenditure. 13.4% of total budget expenditure. This is top receiving ministry. Ministry of Defence, that is 6.8 lakh crore. Next, Ministry of Road Transport and Highways 5.7%. Second ministry receiving the highest allocation of resources, of the budgetary resources. Road Transport Highways 5.7%. Ministry of Defence receives 13.4% of budget expenditure. This is top. Second one, Road Transport and Highways Ministry 5.7%. Next, Ministry of Railways 5%. Fourth, Home Affairs, Ministry of Home Affairs 4.6%. Fifth, Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution 4.3%. Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution 4.3%. Sixth, Rural Development. Seventh, Chemicals and Fertilizers. Eighth, Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. These are the top ministries of receiving the higher allocations of the budget. Expenditure on major items. Defence 4.9 lakh crore. Defence 4.9 lakh crore. Rural Development 2.6 lakh crore. Rural Development. Expenditure on major items. Defence 4.9 lakh crore. Rural Development 2.6 lakh crore. Home Affairs 2.3 lakh crore. Agriculture and Allied Activities 1.7 lakh crore. Agriculture and Allied Activities 1.7 lakh crore. Education 1.28 lakh crore, 1.28 lakh crore. Health, 98,000 crore, health, 98,000 crore. Urban development, 96,000 crore, health, 98,000 crore. Education, 1.28 lakh crore, health, 98,000 crore. Urban development, 96,000 crore. IT and telecom, 95 lakh crore. IT telecom, 95 lakh, 95,000 crore. Energy, 81,000 crore. Commerce industry, commerce and industry, 65,000 crore. Social welfare, 60,000 crore, 60,000 crore social welfare. Scientific development, 55,000 crore. Scientific welfare department, 55,000 crore. Subsidy, budget 25-26. Subsidy, food subsidy, 2 lakh crore. Food subsidy, 2 lakh crore. Fertilizer, 1.6 lakh crore. Fertilizer, 1.6 lakh crore. Interest, 28,000 crore. Interest subsidy, 28,000 crore. LPG subsidy, 14,000 crore and others. Major announcements in budget. First, agriculture, first engine of development. Agriculture, first engine of development. PM Dhan Dhanya Krishi Yojana, developing agri distress programs. Agriculture, the first engine of development. Under this part A, PM Dhan Dhanya Krishi Yojana, developing agriculture distress program. To be launched in partnership with the states. To be launched in partnership with the states, covering 100 districts with low productivity, moderate crop intensity, below average credit parameters, covering 100 districts. PM Dhan Dhanya Krishi Yojana. This is to be launched in partnership with states. It is announced in this budget, covering 100 districts with low productivity, moderate crop intensity and below average credit parameters. Target is 1.7 crore farmers. Target is 1.7 crore farmers under PM Dhan Dhanya Krishi Yojana. Aim, PM Dhan Dhanya Krishi Yojana aim, enhance agriculture productivity, adopt crop diversification and sustainable agricultural practices. To enhance agricultural productivity, Dhan Dhanya Krishi Yojana. To enhance agricultural productivity, to adopt crop diversification and sustainable agricultural practices. Augmentation of post harvest storage, post harvest storage at panchayat block level. Augmentation of post harvest storage at panchayat and block level. Improvement in irrigation facilities. improvement in irrigation facilities, facilities of long term and short term credit, long term and short term credit. This is the aim of Pradhan Mantri Dhan Dhanya Krishi Yojana. Productivity, crop diversification, sustainable agricultural practices, post harvest storage at panchayat and block level, irrigation facilities, long term and short term credit. These are the objectives of PM Dhan Dhanya Krishi Yojana. Objectives, PM Dhan Dhanya Krishi Yojana's objectives: to address underemployment in agriculture, to address underemployment in agriculture through skilling, investment, technology, invigorating rural economy, through skilling, investment, technology, technological development, invigorating rural economy. Goal: to generate opportunity so that migration is an option but not a necessity. Goal: to generate opportunity so that migration is an option but not a necessity. Focus: rural women, young farmers, rural youth, marginal small farmers, landless families. These are the focus areas of Pradhan Mantri Dhan Dhanya Krishi Yojana. B part, mission for Atmanirbhar Bharat in pulses. Mission for Atmanirbhar Bharat in pulses. Tenure 6 year, focus on Tur, Urad, Masoor, pulses. Tur, Urad, Masoor, pulses. Objective: unlimited procurement by central agencies like NAFED, NCCF, NAFED, NCCF during next 4 years from farmers. Unlimited procurement by central agencies like NAFED, NCCF during next 4 years from farmers. Aim: availability of climate resilient seeds, enhancing protein content, increasing productivity, improving post harvest storage and management, plus assuring remunerative prices to farmers. Aim: mission for Atmanirbhar Bharata in pulses. Aim: availability of climate resilient seeds, enhancing protein content, increasing productivity, improving post harvest storage and management, plus assuring remunerative prices to farmers. C part, mission for cotton productivity. Mission for cotton productivity, tenure 5 years, productivity plus sustainability, to increase productivity and sustainability, aligned with 5F vision for textile sector. 5F vision for textile sector. Farm to fiber, 5F, farm to fiber, fiber to factory, factory to fashion, fashion to foreign. Farm to fiber, fiber to factory, factory to fashion, fashion to foreign. To steady supply of quality cotton for rejuvenating India's traditional textile sector. A steady supply of quality cotton rejuvenating India's traditional textile sector. D. Framework for sustainable harnessing of fisheries from Indian exclusive economic zone and high seas. Framework for sustainable harnessing of fisheries from Indian exclusive economic zone and high seas. Objective: to unlock untapped potential of marine sector. To unlock untapped potential of marine sector, focus Andaman and Nicobar and Lakshadweep Islands. Facts: India is the second largest globally in fish production and aquaculture. India, second largest globally in fish production and aquaculture. In seafood exports are valued at 60,000 crore. Seafood exports are valued at 60,000 crores of India. Comprehensive program for vegetables and fruits. Comprehensive program for vegetables and fruits. To be launched in partnership with the states. Comprehensive program for vegetables and fruits to be launched in partnership with the states. Objectives: to promote production, efficient supplies, to promote production, to make efficient supplies, processing, remunerative prices for farmers. This is the objectives of comprehensive program for vegetables and fruits: to promote production, efficient supplies, processing, remunerative prices for farmers. Makhana board in Bihar: to improve production, processing, value addition, marketing. Makhana board in Bihar. National mission on high yielding seeds, strengthening of research ecosystem, development of seeds, high yield, pest resistance and climate resilient seeds, high yield, pest resistance and climate resilience seeds, commercial availability of more than 100 seeds released since 2024 July. Commercial availability of more than 100 seeds released since 2024 July. This is National Mission on High Yielding Seeds. Next, enhanced credit through Kisan credit cards. Loan limit under modified interest subvention scheme will be enhanced from 3 lakh to 5 lakh. Loan limit under modified interest subvention scheme will be enhanced from 3 lakh to 5 lakh. Kisan credit card provides short term loans for 7.7 crore farmers, fishermen and dairy farmers. This is the fact. KCC provides short term loans for 7.7 crore farmers, fishermen and dairy farmers. Urea plant to be set up at Namrup, Assam. Urea plant to be set up at Namrup, Assam. 5 urea plants revived So far, 5 urea plants revived. Sindri, Jharkhand, Barauni, Bihar, Gorakhpur, UP, Ramagundam, Telangana, Talcher, Odisha. 5 urea plants revived so far. Sindri, Jharkhand, Barauni, Bihar, Gorakhpur, UP, Ramagundam, Telangana, Talcher, Odisha. India Post, complemented by India Post Payments Bank. India Post, complemented by India Post Payments Bank, IPPB, to act as a catalyst for rural economy. As a catalyst for rural economy, will serve Vishwakarmas, entrepreneurs, women, self-help groups, MSMEs, businesses. India Post, complemented by India Post Payment Bank, to act as a catalyst for rural economy. It will serve Vishwakarmas, entrepreneurs, women, self-help groups, MSMEs, businesses. Support to National Cooperative Development Corporation. Support to National Cooperative Development Corporation for lending operations for the cooperative sector. For lending operations for the cooperative sector. Next one, second engine of development, that is MSME. Second engine of development, MSME. New criteria for MSMEs. New criteria. Micro enterprises, investment 2.5 crore, turnover 10 crore. New criteria. Micro enterprises, investment 2.5 crore, turnover 10 crore. Small enterprises, 25 crore investment and 100 crore turnover, 4 times. Medium enterprises, 125 crore investment and 500 crore turnover. Micro enterprises, 2.5 crore, turnover 4 times, means 10 crore. Small enterprises, 25 crore investment and turnover 100 crore. Medium enterprises, 125 crore investment and turnover 500 crore. Enhancement of credit availability with guarantee cover. Credit guarantee cover, MSME, currently 5 crore, revised to 10 crore, just double. Credit guarantee cover, just double. MSME at present 5 crore, credit guarantee cover, it is revised to double, 10 crore. Startups 10 crore, revised to 20 crore. Export and MSMEs for term loan up to 20 crores. Exporter MSMEs for term loan up to 20 crore. credit cards for micro enterprises, customized credit cards and 5 lakh rupees limit for micro enterprises registered on Udyam portal. First year 10 lakh cards to be issued. Credit cards for micro enterprises. Customized credit cards RS 5 lakh rupees limit for micro enterprises registered on Udyam portal. First year 10 lakh cards to be issued. Fund of funds for startups with fresh contribution of 10 crore to be set up. Fund of funds for startups with fresh contribution of 10 crore with fresh contribution of 10,000 crore to be set up. Fund of funds for startups. Fresh contribution of 10,000 crore to be set up. A scheme for first time entrepreneurs. For 5 lakh first time entrepreneurs, women, SCs, STs to be launched. It will provide term loan up to 2 crore during next 5 years. It will provide term loan up to 2 crore during next 5 years. A scheme for first time entrepreneurs. For 5 lakh first time entrepreneurs, women, SC, ST to be launched. It will provide term loan up to 2 crore during next 5 years. Measures for labor intensive sector to promote employment and entrepreneurs opportunities. Measures for labor intensive sectors to promote employment and entrepreneurial opportunities. Focus. Focus. Product scheme for footwear and leather sectors. A scheme for footwear and leather sectors to enhance productivity, quality, competitiveness in footwear and leather sector. Enhance productivity, quality, competitiveness in footwear and leather sector. To support for design capacity, component manufacturing and machinery. Goal to facilitate employment for 22 lakh people. Employment for 22 lakh people under production scheme for footwear and leather sector. A scheme to make India a global hub for toys to focus on development of clusters, skills and manufacturing ecosystem. High quality, unique, innovative, sustainable toys. National Action Plan for Toys. A scheme to make India a global hub for toys to focus on development of clusters, skills and manufacturing ecosystem. High quality, unique, innovative, sustainable toys, national action plan for toys. Support for food processing, establishment of National Institute of Food and Food Technology Entrepreneurship and Management in support for food processing, establishment of National Institute of Food Technology, Entrepreneurship and Management in Bihar. To increase income of the farmers, skilling, employment in youth. National Manufacturing Mission, furthering Make in India. National Manufacturing Mission, furthering Make in India. To focus on ease and cost of doing business. Create future ready workforce for in demands jobs. Create future ready workforce for in demands jobs. Development of a vibrant and dynamic MSME sector, clean technology, manufacturing for climate friendly development. Develop vibrant and dynamic MSME sector, clean technology, manufacturing for climate friendly development. It will cover small, medium, large industries by policy support and governance. Mission will support clean technology manufacturing to improve domestic value addition, ecosystem for solar PV cells, EV batteries, motor, controllers, electrolyzers, wind turbines, high voltage transmission equipment and grid scale batteries to improve domestic value addition, ecosystem for solar PV cells, EV batteries, electronic vehicles batteries, motors, controllers, electrolyzers, wind turbines, high voltage transmission equipment and grid scale batteries. This is mission clean technology manufacturing. National Manufacturing Mission, furthering Make in India.